Hi, I'm Arjun Rathi. I'm an architect and a lighting designer. I'm also the founder of Rural Modern Glass Studio, which is the first art glass studio here in India. It's a studio that we've just created to create glass art, explore glass for creating products, our lighting components, invite international artists and Indian artists to come down and produce glass art here. So one of the key things of bringing these artists together was that they've never worked together. That was the first sort of challenge, to get so many masters together. But best part about blowing glass is if you know the techniques, if you know your craft, you can practically work with anyone. You know, Grant says that if you know how to salsa and the other guy knows how to salsa, you can go anywhere in the world and just salsa with them, right? And that's how these artists just came together. They were studying some pictures of the Ganesh in the morning with us at the studio, and maybe within 15 to 20 minutes, that's all it took for them to get every proportion, every detail in place.
Hi, my name is Grant Garmezy. I'm a glass artist from Richmond, Virginia. I've been blowing glass for 20 years and loving every minute of it. I'm happy to be here at Rural Modern.
One of the best collaborations or pieces of glass I've ever seen, that was the Blue Ganesh, what Grant, Evan, Neff, everyone, Jeremiah, Gage, have all worked on it. It was a piece which took 14 hours to sculpt. Each artist took up a part of the Ganesh idol that they felt that they could do the best at.
Ganesh was a dream come true. It kind of was like the epitome of all my time as a glass artist, all the skills, all the sculpting vocabulary coming into a single moment here in India.
I'm Jeremiah Jacobs from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, little old Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, just a little north of Chicago. Ended up with this opportunity here in Mumbai. You know, it was no more than somebody said, "Hey, I saw some guys were looking for a glass blower in Mumbai. What do you think?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And I immediately emailed Arjun. Working with Evan and Grant and having them like split this thing up, like, "Oh, you do this part. You know, I'll make a face. You put a crown on it. You know, oh, I'll do the jewelry. You do the hands. I'll do the so it was really cool to see them pass that back and forth, and how they kind of like decided they could see different subjects of the image clearer, and so okay, I'll go after that one. I could see how that one could go together. I could see how it works. From a technical standpoint, it was like, we've not done anything like that in here before, So it was a push for the team here, and it was a push for for the equipment, you know? And so that was really cool to see the limits of the studio get stretched and grow a little bit as well.
My name is Erin Garmezy, and I've been working with glass for a little over 20 years.
Erin has sculpted flowers, details, elements in flameworked and fused them with that hot glass medium. So this is the first time work like this has happened here in Asia in a certain way.
The reason that I love putting the flowers and the snakes together, or say adorning a vulture, is snakes and vultures are these animals that in a lot of places people are kind of repulsed by them. But for me, they're such beautiful animals, and vultures especially are such an important part of the ecosystem.
As a glassmaker, I make a lot of animal imagery in my art. I look at animals as the essence of spirit and life itself. And so I thought, what's better way than to come to India and bring these creations to life, and then on top of it, add the culture of India, the pattern work, the artistry. Just seemed like a dynamite, awesome collaboration. And I was very excited to get the call and come here and fulfill that dream. And I'm excited to see this series of work be born here in Mumbai at Rural Modern. I believe we're at the forefront of a new glass, contemporary glass in India is at the forefront of a movement here. And I'm very excited to see how it develops. It's just like Harvey Littleton with building a smaller hot shop. I think this is the starting point where more hot shops and more studios will open, building a strong community that will become a worldly brand and a worldly industry in India and glass.
So the collaboration with Grant Garmezy actually started in a very easy way. He texted me on Instagram and said that he loved what we were doing here in India and wanted to come down and experience the country. And in a way, I feel really proud that the Rural Modern Glass Studio has put India on the map with the glass community. When I was working with glass and lighting over the last decade, I never had access to a glass studio here. So the first thing when I started the Rural Modern Glass Studio, I wanted it to be accessible to everybody. I was inviting architects, designers, artists from all over the country to sort of come by, come here, collaborate with us, make their ideas in glass, and we can help them realize it. So I think like we're at a very important juncture where I would say that this is the start of the Indian glass movement. Like we've never had a glass movement. We've had, in a way, a movement of craft, where traditionally in India you've got the metal crafts, the ceramic, the wood and grass, fabric, textile, but glass has never been explored artistically the way we are hoping to explore it. So bringing international artists down, collaborating with Indian designers, Indian artists, they've been upskilling us and inspiring us. So I feel that this is just the start of the Indian glass movement, something very similar to what happened in the 60s in America and centuries ago in Venice.